Kung naghahanap pa rin kayo ng laptop para sa kids nyo na number 1, hindi masyadong masakit sa budget, and number 2, matibay, then I think kailangan nyo panoorin yung video na to. Hey guys, Tito James here. Welcome back to the channel where we take awesome out of the box. In this one, we're talking about a laptop from Asus that's built for kids. This is the Asus BR1100F. Konting side note lang bago tayo mag-umpisa, Asus, sana mas madaling tandaan yung mga product names nyo. Okay, since sinabi ko nga na hindi to masyadong masakit sa budget, pag-usapan muna natin yung price. The BR1100F is priced at 19,995 pesos. So isipin nyo yun guys, it's even more affordable than some mid-range smartphones. So it's really not bad. So ano nga ba yung makakuha nyo sa presyo na yun? Let's dive in. So first things first, since this is made for students, Asus made sure na matibay siya and can survive everyday use. So kung titingnan natin yung website nila, they say that this has passed military grade standards for durability, which is great because no matter how careful you are with your gadgets, accidents happen. And if you haven't noticed, rounded lahat ng corners ng notebook na to, and meron din siyang mga rubber bumpers to protect it from, well, bumps, and again, yung mga accidental drops. Of course, they use plastic as the main material para sa chassis niya to make it lightweight, and texture din siya to give kids a better grip. Now, Asus also included a laptop sleeve out of the box, so just in case school starts up again or pwede tayo mag-travel, at least there's an added layer of protection. Now, for those of you who are wondering about the port situation of this notebook, I think it has everything a student will need. On the right side, you have the Ethernet port, a USB-A port, 3.5mm audio jack, which is super important in case you have multiple kids who have classes at the same time, and then you also have the power button and a volume rocker. Now moving over to the left side, you have a Kensington lock, the port for plugging in this laptop, a USB-C port, another USB-A port, a full-sized HDMI, and the stylus since yes, touchscreen yung display nito. Take note that you can also use the USB-C port for charging this laptop. You just have to make sure that it's at least 45 watts. I used the Skull & Co charger, my switch charger for this. It works. I still recommend using the one that comes inside the box since maliit lang naman siya guys, madaling ipasok sa backpack nyo. Okay, so onto the screen. So it's an 11.6-inch LCD display at 1366 by 768 resolution, and I'll be completely honest, it's not the very best display experience, pero kung i-consider nyo naman yung presyo ng laptop na to, I don't think it's that bad. But if you have any suggestions for a laptop that's below 20,000 pesos that has a much better display, leave it in the comment section down below. I'm very curious about that. Now, the important part to know here is that it will get the job done for schoolwork. So if your kids need to type out something for their homework or again for attending their classes via Zoom, this will definitely do. As I mentioned, touchscreen yung display niya, and with the included stylus, you can do some creative work on this laptop. By the way, I don't think I've mentioned this, but this is also a 2-in-1. So you can use this in your standard laptop mode, stand mode, tent mode, and as a tablet. I'm sure you noticed this, pero yung mga bezel sa screen ng laptop na to medyo makapal, far from what we know from the more premium laptops from Asus, pero since less than 20,000 pesos nga to, I am not going to complain. You do have a webcam on top of the screen, and something that I really like here is that meron siyang physical privacy shutter. So in case you're very cautious about people possibly peering in through the webcam, this is something that's really important. By the way, there's also a camera on top of the keyboard, which I guess they can use while it's in tablet mode, but I don't really understand the use case for this. Maybe I just can't think of one, but it's there if you want it. Okay, so speaking of Zoom calls, the speakers on this aren't bad at all. Pwedeng-pwede na. Here's a quick sample from our podcast so you know what it sounds like.
In your smartphone.
Of course. Actually, not just in smartphone. Any kind of tech, like camera yan. Pero yeah, basically smartphone kasi yun naman yung lagi natin ding ginagamit.
Okay, so let's move on to the keyboard. So it's a chiclet style keyboard, and this was obviously made for people with smaller hands, since for me, sobrang cramped siya, malaki yung kamay ko. Pero okay naman yung typing experience, to be honest. Yung maganda sa keyboard na to is that it's spill resistant. So in case matapulot siya ng tubig, it can survive. Of course, better pa rin if we do everything that we can to prevent that, but at least may mga safeguards tayo sa mga accidents. Like everything else, okay naman yung trackpad niya, decent for the price, but remember, you do have a touchscreen and the stylus, so in case you need to do a bit more precise work, you can use those two options. Okay, so now let's talk about performance, and one thing that I can tell you upfront, this is definitely made for schoolwork. So talagang hindi siya for heavy use. You can multitask on this just a little bit, pero hindi din pwede na maraming nakabukas na tab sa browser nyo, or even yung mga programs, siguro 3 at the very most, and I think that's still stretching it. Now, the storage on this should be enough for online work. Again, 64 gigabytes lang siya, but in case mabitin kayo, you can install an NVMe SSD on this up to 1 terabyte. Now, the RAM is also upgradable up to 16 gigabytes according to the website. As for the battery life, we got about 6 hours with our video loop test, which is decent. It'll take about 2 hours to fully charge the laptop with the including charging brick as well. Now, one thing I like and I haven't mentioned yet is that Asus made sure that most of the internals of this laptop are modular, so that means if any of the components fail for any reason, they are easily replaceable. So there you go, guys. This is the Asus BR1100F. If there's one thing I really want to change about this laptop, it's really the name. But again, if you're looking for a laptop for your kids for their homeschooling, magandang option to. Again, it's not going to be a massive powerhouse. That is not the point of this notebook. It's really meant for online schooling. This is something that you could consider, especially nga kung medyo tight yung budget natin. If I had a kid, I would probably look at this notebook. You have the benefits of having that durability, again, military standards. You have the modularity of the components, plus safeguards like the spill-proof keyboard and that privacy shutter for the webcam. And that's it for me. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, sub to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can. For all the latest in tech, head to Unbox.ph. Plus, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, listen to our podcast on Spotify, follow us on TikTok as well. My name is Tito James. Peace, God bless. See you guys next time, and stay safe.